There's a book called Cur Deus Homo. So now we go to an Englishman speaking Latin. Why did God become man? Written by Anselm of Canterbury over 1,000 years ago. He wrote it, he said, because he had been asked by many to write down the proofs of this doctrine, Jesus being both God and man. And he says they asked him not just by getting faith by means of reason, but that they might be gladdened by understanding and meditating on these things which they believe. And, as far as possible, they may always be ready to convince anyone who demands of them a reason of the hope which is in us. Which is why this lady is so wrong. There's no gospel without Jesus being God. And there's no gospel without Jesus being man. The two things absolutely go together. Anselm says this, in the incarnation of God, there is no lowering of the deity, but the nature of man we believe to be exalted. See, what happens in our culture is this. We take human beings and we turn them into atoms. And we say, if they're not useful atoms, we can get rid of them. If they're dying or in pain, if they're a baby that we don't want, if they're human beings from another tribe, another nation that we're at war with, we can kill them. And sometimes we look at ourselves and we say, what are we like? A lot of the people who hang around this church during the week, their minds are addled by drink and drugs, and there's a temptation to say, what a waste. Well, in a sense, it is a waste. But in another sense, these are people who are made in the image of God. And although the devil has sought to destroy humanity, even to the extent of in today's world, we're not even sure what male and female is, God exalted humanity by becoming one of us. Let's go to a quote from Napoleon. You have to be careful. There are lots of quotes from Napoleon that aren't quotes from Napoleon. And I haven't seen the movie yet, but I'm told it's pretty historically inaccurate. I'd still like to go and see it. This, we think, is pretty certain Napoleon did say this. Alexander, Caesar, Charlemagne, and myself founded empires. But on what did we rest the creations of our genius? Upon sheer force. Jesus Christ alone founded his empire upon love. And at this hour, millions of men will die for him. In every other existence but that of Christ, how many imperfections. From the first day to the last, he is the same, majestic and simple, infinitely firm and infinitely gentle. He proposes to our faith a series of mysteries and commands with authority that we should believe them, giving no other reason than these tremendous words, I am God. Why did God become man? Because he loved us, because he wanted to lift us, because he wanted to save us, because we were going to come to a point where the dust of the earth would sit on the throne of heaven, which is exactly where that is now. And that means for you to be human is the most extraordinary thing. This is not Planet of the Apes. This is not Homo Deus, as Yuval Harari talks about humans becoming God. This is God becoming man so that we might be exalted, we might be lifted up, we might be saved. Why did God become man? Not just to give us an example, but to save us.